So you want to know something hilarious? Yesterday I made a video saying that the MAGA need to have a reality check because they don't realize that the horrible things that Donald Trump and his people are doing is eventually going to affect them too. Trump and the federal government are having people like Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel canceled. And the MAGA are celebrating that because they don't like them. They don't like that they say mean things about their king, even though it is blatantly unconstitutional. And as usual, the conservatives and the MAGA don't care if it doesn't happen to them. But Jess Craven said something very interesting, and everybody should listen to that. Because while we all sit here and say, oh, well, there's not going to be elections in 2028, yeah, there will be. And Elon's not going to be there to change things for Trump. As a matter of fact, I still firmly believe that Trump won't be around anymore. Because as much as they try to pretend that he's some immortal god, he is a very sick and addle-brained man. He has heart problems. So have the MAGA even thought for 5 seconds, what might happen in 2028 if the Democrats win back a trifecta that Trump has right now? Based on this precedent that Trump is setting, President Newsom could ask his FCC to put pressure on the networks to cancel Fox. And let me guess, the second that happens, the MAGA are going to be like, this is violating free speech! Because they are that fucking hypocritical and it will go right over their head. This is why they say that there are no kings in the US. Even though the MAGA want Donald Trump to have absolute power over everything, we don't want that same thing for a Democratic president. We want fairness and equality for everyone. They just want to own the libs and let their own side take over everything. They don't care as long as the libs are losing. And I want to add an addendum to this, because other conservatives and Republicans understand that this is a two-way street. Michael Eisner, the longtime CEO of Disney, who I didn't even know was still alive, blasted the FCC for intimidating ABC. He said, where has all the leadership gone? Suspending Jimmy Kimmel indefinitely because the chairman of the FCC was aggressively going after him is another example of out-of-control intimidation. And Ted Cruz, of all people, went on his podcast to say that Brendan Carr at the FCC was like a mafioso boss.
And so he threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas. That's right out of a mafioso coming into a bar going, nice bar you have here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it.
He's 100% right, and I didn't find myself ever agreeing with Ted Cruz. But you can bet that the second a Democratic president gets in there and is willing to fight fire with fire and start canceling all of these right-wing, lying, asshole talking heads, the MAGA will their brains will explode. And they will not have self-reflection for 5 seconds to realize how hypocritical they are and that they could have stopped this before it got to that point. But they were way too busy licking this asshole authoritarian's boots and worshiping the ground he walks on to give two shits about equality.